And we are back. Pokemon Black HeartGold Randomizer. The run continues. We are making our way to the 5th gym. We've only lost one in the Meowth. Can we get through this episode without losing anyone else? For our Driftveil Bridge first encounter, normally where you get the Ducklet, we run into the Spinnerack, secure it with the Pokeball, and it ends up with the Poison Heal ability, but we'll lose it to Damp upon evolution. And then for our Route 6 first encounter, it's going to be the tiny little Carablast here. Drop back with the Ultra Ball and secure it. Its passive is going to end up being Swift Swim. And then for our cold storage first encounter, it is going to be the Ghastly looking fantastic. Drop back with the Ultra Ball and secure it. It's going to end up with the Liquid Ooze passive at first, but then the potential Gengar is going to end up with Torrent, so boosting those water types in a pinch. Secure it and add it to the roster. That leads us to our 5th gym battle here against Clay or Landon in this regard. He's going to drop back and send out the Torchic, one level away from being the Blaziken, as all evolutions are maxed out by level 30, but we'll take it for what it is, and we just get a fadeaway crit with the Aerial Ace. Carolina the Heracross doing work. The Archeops comes down, looking for so many super effective options against our big bug. We are going to get her to safety. We send in Colorado the Corsola, tanking the Stab Acrobatics, which is just filthy, giving Archeops' physical attack. Drops back with the Ancient Power. We barely tank that. Get Archeops into the red. Is Clay going to heal? If so, we need to get another Bubble Beam down. If not, we need to get out of here. But as long as we keep Archeops in the red, I think we'll be okay, as his damage will be cut in half by that Defeatist ability. But still, Archeops is such a fantastic, aggressive, offensive Pokemon. As the Lunatone comes down, we will tank the Acrobatics. The Ancient Power is going to do a little bit of chip off the top. We respond with a Stab Rock Throw with the Pure Power to back it up. The Quick Card comes down, and the Flying Fossil is finally dropped. Beautiful stuff there, and that leaves Landon throwing out his Licky here, the big, chunky, normal typing. We're going to go in with the Rock Throw, getting a little bit of damage down, but that defense stat really showing up to play as the Wi-Fi signal is radiating off of his belly. We get the Heracross back in there, tanks a Stab Slam on the swap, no problem there. We get a Stab Brick Break, and Licky holds on with 1 HP. Another Slam comes down, we barely hold on, and one more Brick Break across the field takes down the Ace. Landon is defeated, and Clay forks over the 5th gym badge. And that means it's time for another Bianca fight here. Performer Kim comes down with her Starly. The tiny, cute little normal flying bird comes down, but that is not a Staraptor, so I don't think we have to worry too much. We just go in with a fadeaway Brick Break. This Heracross is feeling herself. She really is. The Golduck comes down, a nice water typing, but it's not going to be enough, as the Brick Break does massive damage. The Disable gets rid of our bread and butter move, so we just pivot to an Aerial Ace as the Hyper Potion comes in, bringing Golduck to a safer spot, and now we can actually not two-shot because Brick Break is off the table, so we got to go in for one more Aerial Ace. The Water Pulse comes down, we dodge the confusion, and another Hyper Potion comes down. This Golduck is beloved by its trainer. She doesn't want to see her fall as an Aerial Ace comes down. The Water Pulse is here, it is Stab. Can we dodge the confusion for a second time? We cannot, and Carolina is confused. We break through the Disable, but if we slap ourselves in the face on top of another Water Pulse, we could die, so we pivot into Bellossom. Hawaii comes down, the Disable does nothing. The confusion is here, but we dodge that confusion as well. Beautiful stuff, and the Duckling drops. That leads us to Blitzel here, the cute and cuddly little zebra. We've got the Magical Leaf Thunder Wave doing work here, as we are paralyzed now and are going to be hindered by that, but the Magical Leaf almost one-shots the little zebra. The Quick Claw pops through the paralysis and the fade with the Magical Leaf. That means Landorus is going to be the final Pokemon for Bianchi here, and that is not good. Oh my gosh, that is a terrifying legendary, as the Rock Throw comes down, doing a little bit of chip off the top, but the Bulldoze is here, which is super effective since we don't have Levitate. We lose our speed as well. The Rock Throw being neutral, giving the flying ground typing. That is Gliscor's typing, and we are in trouble. So we pivot into Alaska, our starter. The Gardevoir comes in. The Bulldoze is here doing massive damage. We lose the speed prop. Can we get this Psy Strike off? Can we do massive damage to this ridiculous legendary? So another Bulldoze comes down. The speed drops again, and we are definitely dead to another. And we get a monster Psy Strike thing. Their assist defeated. We barely squeak through. Oh my gosh. We find ourselves next in Chargestone Cave for our next first encounter, and it's gonna be the Manaphy here. Drop back with the Ultra Ball and secure a ridiculous water typing that I've never been able to use before. Manaphy ends up with the clear body passive, so Intimidate and such do not work against her. Beautiful. So we're just making our way through Chargestone Cave, you know, having a good time, having a couple laughs, and Hawaii gets absolutely bodied by the Wobbuffet, holds on with 2 HP and a dream. The mirror coat comes down, so we're like, okay, everybody calm down. Let's just check out Virginia, our little tiny Purloin here. We have the Feint Attack lined up. The Destiny Bond comes down. We just need to chill. We just need to relax. Don't worry about it. We'll just, you know, we'll just take a moment here. We'll charm down, get Wobbuffet into a safer space. Everybody, you know, everybody's on the edge of their seat, but the Destiny Bond's here. It's okay. The Wobbuffet doesn't have the Shadow Tag ability. It's got another random one. It's okay. We'll just work around it. Another charm comes down. The Safeguard is here, so no Destiny Bond. Opens the door. The Feint Attack is super effective, and it doesn't kill. Wobbuffet uses counter, but it's okay because the charm's gonna hold off that ridiculous we get absolutely destroyed by a Wobbuffet. This Team Plasma Grunt's gonna go back to his boys and be like, dude, I took out the main character. Like, what is that? We get our starter in there, Alaska, and fades with a magical leaf. What an absolute embarrassment. Oh, and how I wish I could tell you that we made it through Chargestone Cave with only the Purloin to blame, with only one casualty to our name. However, N greets us with open arms at the end, and boy, oh boy, does he have a party set for us. The Medicham comes down, beautiful Psychic fighting type against our Heracross, but we have the super effective Aerial Ace lined up, so we're going to tank the Feint off the top. We come in, and it's almost enough to one-shot an awesome Gen 3 Pokemon. Another Feint comes in, but Heracross is undeterred as Carolina drops back with another Aerial Ace and clears the first Pokemon. So no problem there as Tamer N sends out the amazing Palkia, the one that ended me and Sox War, Soul Link, the one that carried me home, and my HeartGold Randomizer comes in with an stab Aqua Tail, destroying Heracross's HP bar. We respond with a Brick Break, being Palkia at about 60 or 70% HP. What do you do? At this point, Palkia probably has Ancient Power, Power Gem, Aqua Tail, and then maybe Dragon Claw or another neutral move. That would be terrifying. This Palkia is completely flexing. It's going to be Slash. That's going to be the fourth move. So a beautiful pivot into Colorado the Corsola. But at this point, I do believe we died to the Palkia. His stab Aqua Tail is so much raw damage. Can Corsola hold? And it absolutely does. She holds with 5 HP, gets an Ancient Power off. We were fishing for the proc, and now it is all over. And there is the Dragon Claw. Good night. This Palkia has so many tools at its disposal. Its speed stat is very deceptive. Its stats are so maxed out, it's not even funny. It does not have a weakness. The only weakness it has is Dragon as far as typing goes, and we don't have the luxury of having that. So the stab Aqua Tail comes across the board to Alaska by Gardevoir, my pride and joy, my starter, and it's gonna be a one-shot critical, and we lose Gardevoir. Alaska falls. The winner has come, and it is all over. So we've lost 3 Pokemon in Chargestone Cave here, and N is not finished. As we chuck out Hawaii, we go take a vacation off of the coast here. We're in the ocean. We're on the island. The Dragon Claw comes down. Can we live? We live with 10 HP. Hawaii chucks the Stun Spore, and it connects. Palkia is paralyzed, so at least we have the speed advantage. We go for the neutral Magical Leaf. It is stab. Is it enough? It gets Palkia to the red, but he's paralyzed and he can't move. So Hawaii draws back with the Hula Hoop and chucks the leaves, and Palkia falls. Good God. But the fight continues as N responds with a Machamp. So he has a Medicham, a Palkia, and a Machamp. I can't even believe this. We lose Alaska, who was our best answer to the Machamp. So we go in for Louisiana, the Lunatone. Revenge comes down. Thankfully, it's not going to be double damage since we didn't attack, but good God, look at that damage without even proccing it. So we can go for a Pure Power Wing Attack, or we can go for a stab super effective Confusion, but we're going to lean in on that physical damage. The low sweep comes down, and does that kill our Lunatone? We barely hold on with 25 HP. The Rocky Helmet doing absolute work here, but N still has another Pokemon, and if you saw before, Virginia's already dead. I just used Rare Candies to see what her passive would be, just to see, and now we send out Carolina the Heracross, who has to tank a revenge. Thankfully, the bug typing is going to make that not very effective as we hold on with 33 HP. I do believe we outspeed with Aerial Ace. We do. And the Machamp goes down. I'm losing my voice. We only have one Pokemon left. Can we do this? It is the Shaman. We have two super effective options. The cute and cuddly little Shaman has Intimidate, though, which absolutely crushes the Heracross. The computer is shutting down. It can't handle the loss that we are suffering here. And is showboating. He's showboating so hard right now. One Pokemon left. We have nothing, but we also have a super effective Twin Needle, and it is Stab. Could that be the reason? We have 3 different moves. We have to take a Magical Leaf, which is 4 times not very effective. No problem there. Carolina, come home. You can do this. We get the poison on the Twin Needle, so all we have to do is land one more. If Shaman crits through our defense, we absolutely lose, but we go for the Fire Punch as it might do more damage. The Magic Leaf comes down. We survive with 2 HP. It's a critical hit, but Carolina doesn't care. Heracross drops back with a Fire Punch, brings Shaman to no HP, and is defeated. We limp out with barely 3 Pokemon. Let's get to safety. And with that ridiculous fight completed, we limp to the PC Center and we are going to call it for the day. As always, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. And I will catch you on the flip. Peace.